Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final map of the series, the first playoff series for the EU. Sorry, I'm so used to saying NAMDL. EU MDL Season 31 playoffs. It is Chaos EC taking on Movistar Riders, and after a strong first map for the Movistar Riders, Chaos EC came back and stunned them on Inferno. So now we come to Train, a map that is really not comfortable for either team. And the knife determined side, and I think we do have Chaos starting out on the CT side, so a really nice start for them. Scriv, and that should be helping them carry on their really strong form from Inferno.
Yeah, definitely saw them get that 13-2 half. Pretty nuts, to say the least. So I think coming into this one, life certainly looking good for them. And I think maybe if they're able to continue the momentum and get off to that good start once again, I think that they could very quickly on a more CT-sided map see this one finishing in their favor. You know, definitely switching things up, going to be hella confident coming into this one regardless of the map itself. And I don't know, Movistar Riders just seemingly dropping off a cliff, players getting picked off on their own so very often. I think definitely the aggression just not working out for them. That brute force style just fell apart very quickly and never really able to pick up the pieces, to be honest. So I think if that continues, if nothing has changed over the break, if they've not worked anything out, if they're not ready for Train, then Chaos could definitely, once again, in that Chaos, see themselves taking the series in a bit of an upset, perhaps.
So we are going to get right into it. It's a little bit of utility picked up for DGL on the CT side. Meanwhile, you've got a full nade set. Well, not a full nade set, but 2 smokes, a molly, and a flash, presumably for that classic inner hit set up on the Movistar Riders. Relaxo, though, is aggressive up into the upper B hall, so he's going to spawn out the first question is, can he hit the shot? Solid answer is a solid no. Freddy Frog now has to fall away, fading away off the site, and that is going to go ahead and set them up nicely for a util hit. They're going to bring a third player through to defend for the CTs, but as the nades sail over, this is going to get very tough indeed. They are set up for that explosion. They are ready for the take, and here it comes. They'll leave the one player up top with the Molotov, of course, for the late take. Actually, they've thrown the molly early. They're not playing this traditional. They're going straight into it, and Blessed hits 2 quick shots to ruin their day. Now even man numbers, and the retake already coming back in with a kit available on DJL. The bomb will at the very least be planted, but now they've got nothing to secure the post plant. They've got to just straight fight this out. DJL presumably had the smoke, anticipating the molly from on high, and this is an interesting wrinkle because they're going to expect a player to be up in the upper halls, and with nobody there to swing, it might actually upset their timing. Mopaz, big kill. And now it's just Gustafsson. He's got to find it all. He's got to put the USP shots down range, and he can't do it. Soaker with the salvage USP actually going to return fire. The Movistar Riders take the first round.
Yeah, started off well, ended well. The mid-round area, you know, Pleasant trying his best to pull his team kicking and screaming into the victory there in that round, but unfortunately not going to be happening. Like you say, interesting utility usage. Definitely catching Chaos off guard with it. And really making a difference, in all honesty. I think they are going to be pretty happy with the way that that one went. On the Movistar Riders side, again, as we've said, a CT side of map, so it's really, really important, I think, for Movistar Riders to be getting off to the good start, to have maybe 5-6 rounds. I think they can definitely be happy with. Any more than that, definitely a bonus. But we'll see. You never know. This is one of the reasons the triple scout setup, real popular at the moment. Unfortunately, it is being dealt with fairly easily, but as you can see, some damage has been traded back onto Alex and Mixwell, so certainly potential for these Deagles to not even clap heads, just find one shot, and the kill most likely goes their way.
DJL spotted the gun of Soka sticking around the corner. He could have this. There's the shot on Dats. He lands it, expects the swing, but Soka's just a little bit quicker on the trigger. D will not able to find its mark. He anticipated the play, but just didn't have a shot. Now it comes down to whether Freddy Frog can catch off Alex. Answer is a solid no. And Pleasant at this point is likely just trying to save the scout. Maybe do a little bit more damage, but he's about to get flanked out by Mopaz. We'll find the frag. Easy tag, easy frag. It is going to be a second round for the Movistar Riders, and 4 alive as well. So they've set up really well to now take down this eco, and they'll have amazing economy moving forward into Train.
Yeah, which, again, is really going to make a difference in the early stages of the game. But we'll see. Some nades bought up for Chaos. What can they get done with them? Go towards T-Con, it would appear, and a great deal of damage coming in. Freddy Frog is going to hold on to his for a little while longer, and not quite able to find the kill, but there could, quite possibly, especially for this Deagle of DJL, be some devastation. It's a bit more of an A-heavy stack, although, of course, Train, you can rotate back across pretty quickly, but these T's are moving in all together. One well-timed peek could really turn this round on its head. There it comes in. Relaxer, DGL, both going to be chiming in at the same time. The bomb going to get dropped briefly, as the T's going to have to fight back, use a bit of this utility that they have, and the CTs, of course, do not, to make their way in towards A. And it looks like, for now, they have weathered the storm, as they will get the bomb plant fairly easily.
It's interesting to me that they chose to continue to press the issue towards A. There was no real reason to commit. That's a big kill to find, though. That really could have ruined their day. Mopaz looking in the right direction. He is going to die. But now Laxa has revealed himself. It's unlikely he's going to be able to take this fight. It will be Alex to win it out. So an expensive round for the Movistar Riders, but they should be able to weather that storm based on how healthy the previous round was without too much of an issue. That looked close, though. The early nade stack in towards T-Con did a lot of damage, set them up nicely for the pistol rounds, and it got a little chaotic. Now the guns come out for Chaos. They've got the AWP as well on the Laxa, a gun that can be so critical on this map in particular, but Mixwell's got it as well. So it is going to be a duel off here with the big AWPs. Looks like Mixwell's taking that early Ivy aggression, and Relaxa's going to be playing from on top of the ticket booth in Z. And Mixwell's already struck bottom down. This is going to get chaotic. Nade sailing in towards ladder as DJL takes a little bit of damage. He's got to be careful not to get his toes clipped. And that's going to send Chaos a little bit more contracting in, though Gustafsson does have an aggressive position towards B. Problem is there's no T's around to test him.
Playing it slowly on this T side, then off the back of that early pick. Noise in. Pop Dog, Relaxer, going to miss that shot. Takes a lot of damage. Thor is trouble. All deaths will find Plesson, but it's Relaxer, DJL. They do trade some back, but at the cost of so much HP right now. And yeah, the keep comes in from Relaxer. Unfortunately, he's too low. A missed shot. It's the end of his time in this round. And the 3 versus 2 coming in. No kits available. It's not looking good for the CTs as that bomb goes down. Unfortunately, not enough of an advantage for them. They keep it even briefly. Just not looking too good at the moment. As, again, it seems to be, Movistar Riders this time around are the ones that have got that control coming in, really. And they're able to just edge ahead slightly in a lot of these rounds. The previous round, it looked close because of the nades. This round, maybe one more kill goes the way of Chaos and it's theirs. Unfortunately, Movistar Riders have all the timing and all the lady luck on their side.
Really well done as well. Now they're going to play a duo here. Freddy Frog can at least trim their tree a little bit, keep that economy from growing out of control, and make sure that both rifles are going to stay alive. So only one survivor for the Movistar Riders, but they've overcome that first gun round. Now the question is, how much does Chaos want to commit to this round to make it a possibility? Looks like they're going to just drop some upgraded pistols, make sure that everybody can get a deagle on hand and have armor behind it, and see what they can get done with it. A single CZ as well to complement. So it's not a terrible setup, especially when you've got the AWP that can maybe try and lead the way and get a pick. But it is going to be a little trickier to work with. Already a player out of T-Con. Alex is taking ground and moving forward. Mixwell's got the first shot as well. This is starting out beautifully for the Movistar Riders. But a kill brought back. Gustafsson, he gets aggressive with it, and the Frog finds himself a fly. And a second as well. Freddy Frog chiming in with 2 big frags. Mopaz brings one back, though, and that will crack open the B bomb site, allow him to get forward as well if he decides to go for it. Though he seems a little bit hesitant. And Plesson's already passed his molly. Is he going to anticipate this? Straight through the smoke, straight to his death. Easy frag and perfect rifle pickup available for Plesson, and this swings. This is just swung back and forth. It's like a seesaw. And the momentum just going wild. The bomb will still advance towards the bomb site, but Plesson has readjusted. He slipped into the oil train, and they're going to have to clear his position. Death, though, has this shot, and that's beautiful. That salvages what should be a Movistar round. Though not if Freddy Frog has anything to say about it. 3 kills already to his name. He just needs the 4th, and he's advancing. This found op at the tail end of last round could be the fulcrum upon which this whole round rests. He's going forward to find the kill. Yes, just sitting on the egg, but Freddy Frog is patient And once again, he finds it. Beautiful 4K for Freddy. He opens up the round. He shuts it down as well. And Chaos EC are on the board off of the back of that heroic 4K.
Indeed, definitely stepping it up, as he has been possibly the best player for Chaos across this series at the very least. Difficult to tell in the game overall, but definitely for his team, I would think, at least impactfully, you know, a name that I think we've all come to recognize a little bit. But I'm definitely stepping it up on that Inferno, but unfortunately the first map not going so hot for him. But yes, a hero play, and I mean, he just gives the orb straight back to Relaxer. Not feeling it overall. He's just going to be back onto that rifle. Meanwhile, Movistar Riders to what they know best. It will be the Force Buy coming in. I suppose it's not a terrible one. An AK and an AWP in play is, again, definitely workable, as I always say, but I think it's going to be a tough one. This is because of the Force Buy, rather than just kind of going for a safe half buy. It is an opportunity for Chaos to get back into it, but clearly they've got plans. Mixwell boosted up, catches Barton completely off guard. Will be an opener going the way of the T side, and Freddy Frog, he's getting aggressive, he's feeling confident, but there's nobody there. The Movistar Riders, as they did in the first rifle round that we had of this half, I think going to play this exactly the same. Just play it nice and slow, run the clock down a bit off the back of their advantage, and then move into a site.
Does DJL realize Deaths has passed him? He actually slips back. That's interesting. Deaths was in the smoke, and I don't think he had any idea he was there. So that really could have been the ruiner here. Now it's Pleasant, who's got a lot of bodies on top of him. He's going to have to be prepared for this flank, and with Freddy Frog in the forward position, tucked behind the box, he may just have the opportunity for it, though as I say it, he falls off the ladder. There's the first shot, and the second as well. Freddy Frog having impact once again, taking this round into his hands. He misses the final spray, though, and Alex will find the kill. Still, numbers brought even up until Deaths gets a quick shot. So much damage done, but Mopaz somehow slips away, and with Deaths out on the site, they've got to find it. He's dropping nades. He's been a nuisance for them. And now he's finding more than just being a nuisance. It's all on DJL. Two players, super low, 40 HP between them. Alex tagged as well. This is doable for DJL, but it's going to be tough. And the Movistar Riders with the bomb now planted in the post plant, looking like they're going to retake control of the momentum here on Train. He's coming back in, though. He's slipping around the old bomb. Does he want to test it? And that's a no. Time ticked down a little bit too far. Does have a kit, doesn't have the utility really for it, has no information. And in that outer yard, when you don't know where anybody is, it's such a nuisance to try and pick them out, to try and find the heads, to try and find something. So he's going to go ahead and fade away. He's just going to slink back to keep this AUG alive, and it's looking like he'll be able to do it. So it is going to be a 5th round for the Movistar Riders, and the economy not looking so hot for Chaos EC. Freddy Frog and Relaxa should be able to buy up here, but Wanton and Pleasant going to be a little bit limited. I'm going to see what they can find. I expect a Force. I mean, this team, based on what we've seen from the past 2 maps, you got to see the Force coming here, right?
I mean, yeah, like they kind of have the money. It's maybe even difficult to call it a Force. It might end up being just a broken full buy, really. I think that's obviously what they're pausing and talking about at this point. So, Train does hand itself to the half buys. Could definitely just get a number of scouts out or something like that and try and catch them off guard. And that looks like maybe what they're going to head towards, possibly. Pistols being dropped or bought up, depending on how rich you are. Interesting to see Gustafsson and Relaxer, though, also kind of following suit, not spending a great deal. Investing in a bit more utility, but ultimately playing it safe.
That's not something we've seen so far. Deaths gets the first frag, though. And it's really going to come down to this rifle from DJL, which finds nothing. The Alpha Mixwell already out. Pleasant will at least drop him. And here's a potential flank as well. Relaxer, that's a big kill to find. That's an AK. He's now got a full belt of utility, an AK, and a set of armor, and there's only a one-man advantage with Deaths on low HP. The question is really, can Freddy Frog find a kill with his Deagle? Because that would tempt them to commit fully into the fight. Or will they be tested? Deaths was looking for this flank to come around, and it's looking like they maybe don't want to go for it. I mean, it's a great deal to save through this AK. It's going to really make their economy healthy going into the next. I mean, they can drop the op, double op even if they want to, since Freddy Frog's not going to have to invest too much either. But there's still a chance. Though as time ticks down, this is definitely going to be the safe call. Really conservative play here from Chaos. But when you're trying to get your money right on Train, That's pretty much a great idea. Train is one of those maps that really does favor the CTs, but only if they can buy up. Only if you've got the ops. Only if you've got the utility. Otherwise, it becomes really tough. Freddy Frog trying to go for the shooting range here, and he will catch one, maybe a second as well. Trying to take the fight. He has it! That's a salvage gun, I believe. He gets to it in time. There's not time for the backstab. That's a single op save through. So what a nice little detail on the end of the round as Gustafsson takes the kills, takes the rifle as well, and really bolsters this economy. Now double op is out for sure. They've got all the utility in the world. If Chaos EC is going to start to make their mark on this map, now's the time to do it.
It's definitely something to... Yeah, I kind of like it.
Sorry, cut you off there.
Nah, no worries, no worries. Gotta be getting it in. But yeah, I think this is... like you say, definitely a time to be stepping up, but Soka playing around, again, that relentless aggression that Movistar Riders are coming in with. I think it is such a great map for them because they can kind of duck and weave, make those solo plays that they so very favor. And yeah, so far on for the team ace, it would appear. Everybody chiming in across the board, really. No hero or anything like that. It's just the entire team winning their 1 versus 1s, and we suddenly, in the first 35 seconds of the round, if that, find ourselves in a 5-on-2 favoring the T side, with the bomb being left in T spawn by accident. So, certainly interesting.
This is such a disappointment if you're Chaos. You're like, oh, Freddy got that momentum play right on the end. We've got the double op. We got everything. We've got all that utility. Before you can even start throwing your utility out, you're all dead. So Relax at least gets a no-scope here. Looks like he wants to go for this, which is bold to say the least. He's going to pepper out one shot before maybe falling off of it. Drops the flash to just slow the advance a little bit, but they are closing the dragnet on him. There's already a player pushing upper. There's Mixwell waiting to see if he'd swing into the hall. Finds that shot. It's 7-1. The Brazilian scoreline coming through here. Movistar Riders just really letting out all of their frustration from Inferno right away at the start of this train map.
Yeah, you kind of have to hand it to both the teams, not letting themselves get shook based on their previous results. Chaos with a narrow loss on the first map, and Movistar Riders getting absolutely rinsed on the second. You know, definitely both teams across the series, obviously at different points, have seemingly bounced back effectively. This is already a good half then for Movistar Riders, it has to be said. 7 rounds on the T side, pretty nice, pretty comfortable going into the second half. If they can get any more than this, you know, the more that they're able to achieve, they're just going to feel better and better and better about themselves. It's another weak buy coming in from Chaos. The economy not quite straightened out, I suppose, because, you know, you can kind of see maybe Relaxer and Pleasant could have bought up, but DJL particularly fairly poor. So I think it has been a difficult few rounds for Chaos where they could have bought, they could risk the buys, but they're just not wanting to go for that risky playstyle.
Basically here they need this Mag 7 from Pleasant to just come up massive. And he's already down to 41 HP. He's got a single Molly as well to slow them down. Looks like he might chuck that Molly, but there are 5 Ts coming his way. Molly goes down. There's the first. They isolated that player as well, so that's a free frag. No chance for a return. That's when Mopan swings from on high, and there's no one in support from range, so he is a dead man. There's going to be the second cleanup on the flank. Now they've got their flank completely secure. There's nobody else to threaten from the B-halls. Bomb can be planted. This is a brilliant setup. This is easy pickings, and Mixwell is now just going to pick them apart from range. Freddy Frog has an ult. Is kind of coming back to see if he can pick away a frag, but this is dangerous. Broughton finding a kill might tempt him into the engagement. And there's a second as well, so this is now doable, but time's starting to tick away. They don't have kits either. One might be pickable nearer to the site. They're going to need to find it quickly, and they're making audio cues here. So Alex is ready. He finds the first, has a pretty good idea of where the second is from all that noise Freddy Frog made. And then he'll get the kill. This is the round loss. He's just going to try and get out of here. Will slip around the corner. So the AWP lives at the very least, but he went back for that last frag. He's pretty close. He will survive just fine, and the op will stay alive as well. So Chaos EC getting battered here. Now, having given up 8 rounds to Movistar Riders on their T side, but at the very least, they've got the double op here as they attempt number 2 with the double op to get around on the board.
I'm so kind of lost for words how this series has ended up going. Kind of felt that, you know, initially it was going to be a close fight when we came right at the top of the show. thought it could maybe come down to all three or a close 2-0, you know, going the way of maybe Movistar Riders just because the veto suited them, but it started off that way. It just seems to have completely flipped on its head to just become a one-sided stomp for both teams, you know. These two teams, I think, it is definitely the not like the clashing of styles, but like the meeting of the same styles, and worked out for Chaos. Now it's working out for Movistar Riders. I just don't know what to say. Either way, we got this flank coming in from Pleasant. It's going to be very important, but Deaths, he's ready for it, watching for it. Maybe they'd heard the utility used in Team Mid to get Pleasant there, and then kind of just playing it safe for a few moments to catch off the aggression. Works out, and again, it's Movistar Riders with another advantage.
This is looking a lot like what we saw to their T-side on Overpass, right? Really methodical play where they're keeping care to keep their flanks clear, taking their angles, clearing everything they need to, not really giving any easy angles for Chaos EC to catch them off at. And that is really just limiting what Chaos can do. Barton now down, Relax at least gets a trade on towards Mixwell. And that's going to be about all they have to work with. Still a man disadvantage as the ball moves in to be planted. And Relax is stuck all the way back towards Ivy under cover of a smoke. They are certainly going to go for this at this point. They can't afford not to. They've got to try it. And the utility, at least, has been mostly depleted for the remainder of the T side. But they got to get the early frags. And Soker says no. Hits the first. It's the double ops that don't want to go in without a commitment. They've found a frag. I don't think they can justify not going for this. I just think they need some rounds. I mean, saved ops only work so well when you can't get rounds with them. So they are going to go in for the fight. Relaxa hits the first. That's massive, but he gets traded out immediately. And it's all on Gustafsson, who doesn't want anything to do with this. Now time ticked too far. He's going to go ahead and stay at a safe distance, get a parting shot. Had his total a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The Movistar Riders, they have a 9th round. A 9th round on the T side, and they're looking like they're going to get more. This is ridiculous. This is dominance. They are just flexing on Chaos EC, and it seems that Chaos has used all of their mojo to take it through on Inferno, and they've just run out of steam.
I know, right? Need to kind of recharge for a little longer than the kind of 15-20 minutes that we get in between, and that's really pushing it if you're taking that long. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like so strange to see that, you know, Movistar Riders fall off a cliff, and it's Chaos to do the same. Mixwell is just feeling it. Like, there's no time to talk. They just start these rounds, try and end them in the first kind of 30 seconds. They're really feeling themselves, and as we saw on the second half of Overpass, they just make life easy once they get that momentum. It's just continuing here. 3 quick kills coming in. Gustafsson will trade one back. Freddy Frog trying to do what he can, but unfortunately he's the only one left. The only one to have found a kill. And it looks like we're going to get a 10th for Movistar Riders. And the money not really there for Chaos. Quite possibly an 11th coming off the back of it. The question is, how far does this go? 14-1 maybe. I don't know. 13-2 it would be some kind of sweet justice from Movistar Riders to start this game exactly how their opponents started their victory on Inferno.
It was pretty close. It was a 9-2, I think, right? Was when they finally answered back, something like that. Not looking like they're gonna get that second round.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh man, it's so strange to see. It's so strange to see, honestly. But like I say, I just think these two teams, like, if it's not going well for them, they just don't have, like, the strat book is like 4 pages long, you know. There's some like B rushes, there's 1 or 2 executes, and then if they don't work, it, like, there's nothing left, coach.
Pretty much. It feels like a lot of their game is predicated on being on off angles and catching somebody off guard. And Movistar is doing such a good job of clearing that and checking it and making sure they're always keeping an eye on their flank, making sure they're always anticipating where Chaos EC might be playing from, that it's just so tough for their playstyle to work. So here we're going to get pistols. Pleasant has a Zeus, which, you know, if ever you need to pray to the Greek gods, you just got to get that quick Zeus kill. Offer up a sacrifice. Maybe give yourselves a little momentum going back into it, because they certainly do need some kind of dark magic to make this happen. This is going to be a big challenge. The Movistar Riders. This is like the bulldozer, just rolling over Chaos, just flattening them into the pavement and making sure that they're just another stepping stone on Movistar's ride up the playoffs. I think you were telling me they were the runners-up last season in playoffs and MDL playoffs.
Yeah, came second to Epsilon, you know, and I think as we were saying, they'd looked really, really good all season, and then kind of lost Lowell, and unfortunately it came just before, I think the finals, maybe the semi-finals kind of stages, but all the same, you know, it was tough. Enough about that. This aggression towards Ivy's actually worked out initially. So fighting fire with fire and Chaos, they avoid getting burned. They're able to find themselves an advantage, at least briefly. Unfortunately, not able to recover any rifles, though, and that might just be kind of the silver lining of it all for Movistar riders.
I like this detail. Soka's just getting rid of guns. He's like, nope, you don't get these. They go on top of the box. No guns for you. I take away these 2 rifles, you can't have them. And there's already a player up forward on the B bomb site. Nearly found the frag. Relaxa actually gets the tag and nearly does take down Mopaz, but that's going to completely dictate the pace of play here. Plesson, though, in the upper hall is going to wait. And this is actually brilliant. If he tries to retreat, he's got them. If they try and join up with their teammate, he's also got them. And they are certainly going to do that. So Plesson has to find this frag. He's going to find the first. That's the bomb as well. Confirmed. He's going for the Zeus. Oh, he's trying to bait him into it. Soka, is he going to take this fight? If he gets up close, it's going to be the Zeus to find him. That's not the range for a Plesson. Played your hand a little bit early here. Now it's pistols on pistols, and Soka is going to punish him for his impudence. 30 seconds still on the round, but a backstab available for Mopaz on the B bomb site as Gustafsson has no idea where he is. This should be an easy frag, though. He's keeping him on the hook a little bit long. Is he going to go for the knife? He said, you try to Zeus. I'm going to get the knife. Nope. Nope. Just take a shot. There you go.
Yeah, just looking to play it safely. Waiting to see if that rotation was ever going to come in. I think the knife would have been a bit cheeky if that goes wrong, you know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe in a league game earlier on in the season, but when we're in the playoffs, even though you are so far ahead, you don't want to be giving any room at all to Chaos to get back into this one. JL, he opened up proceedings, unfortunately. The off angle from Mopaz. It will catch him off guard, an 11th round coming in. And I mean, that was the closest they've come for a while, and it was with the pistols, it was with the weak buy. Would be nice to see some aggression like that when they've got the rifles, though, and they could maybe make something of it, because, you know, Movistar Riders, I think the primary reason they're able to get back into that round is because they have the stronger weaponry, they have the utility available, so we'll see. Maybe they do go for something off the back of that, regaining a bit of confidence that perhaps they can fight back, but all the same, 11-4 is the best that Chaos can hope for, and on the CT side of Train, that is not great.
So once again, they're going to go to the Ivy presence, which is interesting since they got so punished on it last time. But they're going to send 3 down Ivy once more. They're going to say, you know what, we won't be cowed. Maybe you think we're going to be a little more hesitant, a little more timid on it, but it's going to be Boatin who's going to stand up. And once again, he's having a rough map for himself, so it is a bit of a struggle. He's got to come alive here if his team's going to have any chance of taking it. It's a flash out to take the angle. They are going to swing, but Boatin's just waiting for this, just holding, and he should have opportunity here because there's no one else from T-Con to really threaten him. Doesn't know that, of course, but he's got to trust in his teammates and their information relay. So Boatin has to have the shot. He does have one before he's traded out, though. The sight or the angle will fall, and now all the CTs are getting compressed, condensed into the middle of this map, and they don't really have any control outside of it. And that allows the T's a lot of room to rumble, a lot of highway to run about. They're going to start to reposition for this outer take. Relaxa, though, hasn't moved. Oh, rings out the shot, just misses it. That could have been huge. That could have been the linchpin play. Doesn't find it. Now they're on towards the site, and he's got to be careful. This op could be overwhelmed, and as he loses his life, that's a critical piece down. Plesson's still alive in the office, but now he's surrounded. He's just got Freddy Frog for support, and Freddy Frog is all the way down, trying to keep him safe from Ivy, but they've gone the other direction. It is going to be Gustafsson, who's got to make the play. 1-11 now in a 1v3 clutch. He's got to find it and can't do so. Deaths wins out the duel. It's going to be a 12th round for Movistar Riders. 12 rounds on T side of Train. This is a battering. This is a back alley beatdown, and Chaos just don't have any potential to fight back. Do they count as... I was just going to say, do they count as revenge games when they're in 1BO3?
I mean, I suppose, to be fair, but, like, I don't know. This seems harsher. It seems easier, in all honesty. You know, I think a lot of the rounds, I do remember saying for Chaos on that previous map, it's like, it's close, but they manage to get, you know, X amount of rounds, or they get another round or whatever. But Movistar Riders, there's been one or two of them, I think, that have been close. For the most part, though, they are just steamrolling over the fact that Chaos, again, you know, when you are based on that momentum, based on that confidence, you need to be confident on the map. And as we can see, Blatten seems to be a very kind of mentally based player, like a lot of pros are. You know, you can kind of be your own worst enemy. The first map didn't go so well for him. The second map got off to a good start, and he just flourishes on Inferno. Coming into train, though, it is very much the same situation, where Freddy Frog has been consistent throughout. Blatten seems to be very, very up and down. And unfortunately, you've got to be consistent if you're hoping to pick up the best of threes. That's why we're playing them, to look at your consistency. And unfortunately, it's just not coming in. So, yeah, this is not looking... Another pause, you know, comes in, but like 12-3, the best they can hope for. The relentless aggression continues, as I mean, just nades in hand for so many players. Caught with their pants down for sure on the outside bomb site. Soka going to open up. He's still around here. Moves through at the perfect time. Oh my goodness. This is Soka's round. I mean, we've had the Movistar Riders. Now it's Team Soka just absolutely annihilating the CT defense. Gustafsson finds himself alone with the XM10. Hope in his heart. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough to find this 1-on-5.
That was so beautiful. Just the perfect timing to slide through the smoke. We've talked about it a couple times, that they've gotten lucky timing, but frankly, when you're having this much consistent luck, you're creating it yourself. And that was beautiful from Soka. Just finds it perfectly, isolates the fights, and has them. Mopaz, going to die here. But I think he intentionally just went up with a pistol in hand, like dropped his rifle and just went up with the P250 so that he couldn't have it, even if he won it. So that's an interesting choice. Nice little details out from the Movistar Riders, who have done a great job of keeping guns out of their opponent's hands. Now Chaos EC, they get one final round to try and get another one on the board. 1-13. This is already a catastrophe. This is already feeling unrecoverable, but now they just need to try and double the round total. Otherwise, they're just going to go down easily here in the third map of the first round of playoffs. I mean, they've been battling all season to get to this point, right? To go out in the first round on this kind of a map would be such a heartbreaker.
Especially when, you know, we have kind of come into this, and not heavily, but the odds have been stacked against them. They kind of disproved us on Inferno. Unfortunately, though, just not able to keep it up. An opening pick, though. Plessen, he finds the head of Soka, who has been that aggressive, just key player, honestly, as we saw in the previous round. And a nice little response from Blatten. A great flash comes in to help him out as well. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see them get in a second round. A great round coming in from Blatten as he comes alive. Plessen as well to find two, and they do get their second. Unfortunately, I feel like maybe to no avail. You know, it might all be in vain. We'll see how this half goes, but I think coming onto the stronger side, looking much, much cleaner and more prepared here. Movistar Riders should be able to make quick work of Chaos.
That was just, I mean, ooh, dismantled, torn apart.
Yeah.
And dropped. But they finally get the last round. A little bit of feel good. We can shoot back, it turns out. They even get it flawlessly, which would have been great like 9 rounds ago for their economy. But it's a little bit too little too late. This is all going to hinge on the pistol. Chaos needs to come out the gate swinging, and they can't let up. If they dodge even a blow or misfire once, this could be all over in an instant. We've seen how solid Movistar Riders are here on train. There is no margin for error whatsoever. Just nothing. And it is going to be Chaos EC trying to get it done. They don't have a ton of utility, though. It's just a single flashbang and a decoy, which is unusual for train. So they're going to be taking this fight outright, and meanwhile on the Movistar side, there's 2 smokes available to slow them down. This could get very interesting indeed. And it still looks like they're bringing that bomb over for the inner hit, but with the 2 players going Ivy, presumably this is going to be a slide around behind Old Bomb and then cross the site.
Oh. I mean, oh, okay. I was going to say the headshot coming in, some nice damage, but Plessen is able to do one better, and Mopod's getting aggressive, maybe a bit overconfident here from the Spaniards. Perhaps they have a right to be, though. Soka's still alive. Anything is possible. This man moving forwards. Relaxer on that P250. What the hell? Oh, my God. Flicks across to his head like it's nothing. into a 3-on-3, but the B bomb site is relatively open here. Deaths, I think, needs to stay alive at the very least, find some kills at the very best to make room for his boys. Mixwell in from the connector, finds one, Deaths gets two. Simple, clean, clinical. I think all headshots there from Movistar Riders. They are just feeling it right now. 14th comes in. It's looking scary for the Swedes.
I don't think Deaths had to move. I think they just served themselves to him on a silver platter. He was just sitting there behind the train. He's like, all right, one easy shot, second easy shot, and that's the round, ladies and gentlemen. It was the Bob Ross of CS. He's just chilling there. They're making happy little accidents on the other side, and he's taking full advantage of them. So 14-2 now. Pistol round picked up. It's the desperation forced buyout from the other side, and admittedly with the bomb plant, it's not terrible. They get 2 Galils out. They've got a scout. They've got 2 Deegs with utility behind them. Whatever their secret strat in the book is, now is the time to whip it out, because they are about to be sent packing. Mount point for Movistar Riders would just be, I mean, nigh on impossible to overcome here. Alex?
You never know.
I mean, yeah. I think I have a pretty good idea at this point.
Oh,
Never mind.
Alrighty then. At least we've got some nice shots. Well, a nice shot coming in for the highlight reel, I guess. But that's kind of the thing for me. I always feel... I don't know if you watch much, I suppose, soccer in your case, but it has a tendency to very, very quickly kind of flip on its head. We call it, you know, the beautiful game. I think CS can be like that sometimes as well, as we've seen across this series, right? But anything is possible. The mad 1-on-3, the mad comeback. Trying to build it up as much as I can. It is going to be tough. They do have a 2-man advantage coming into this one. At this point, just saving a bit of dignity, even if they're able to take it, because Soka's got other things to say. Giving him 2, dropping the bomb at his feet as well is really not ideal. DGL trying to take this round back, trying to force his way in. He will find one, and Soka's pretty low, easily able to pick him up. So it looks like the day is saved. But there's only 20 seconds. Deaths could find a kill at the right time, and suddenly the round goes the way of Movistar Riders, and that would just sum this game up to a T. Not looking likely, though, as he has taken that passive position. Nade over the top, going to do some damage, looking to try and find it underneath the train. Knows his angles for sure, will manage to find another, but at this point just doing damage. There's no way he wins this, and he knows it. He's going to back off, and it will be a 3rd round for Chaos, so congrats. But like I say, just saving dignity at this point. There's not really a belief that this is the comeback. They are going to, you know, take it 16-14. We're not quite there. We are realists at the end of the day.
Although, I'm just saying, how many force buys has that made? How many 2nd round force buys has that made won in this series? This feels like how Chaos gets half their rounds, is the 2nd round force buy.
I'm pretty sure we're looking at like 4 out of 6.
Yeah.
I think. So there was the first one on this map and the second one on the on Inferno, because Movistar Riders, one of their 2 rounds on the T side for them on Inferno was the force buy round after the pistol. So yeah, I think we're looking at 4 out of 6, which is pretty nuts stats, to be honest.
And here's the thing, typically the way it goes is then the force buy back gets one as well. I mean, these early half rounds have been really messy. This was perhaps the only map in the first half where we didn't really see that, just because Movistar obviously asserted dominance pretty early on, but this could still be very dangerous. And Alex, he's found the timing, he's found the frag. Does he expect a 2nd player? I don't know if he can get around the corner, but they're actually not going to chase. DJL falls right off of it. The confidence is shattered here. He's not even going to take that fight. And now that's a 2nd rifle retrieved. Alex is going to hold on to that. That has reinforced the buy for Movistar so much, and they've got a man advantage. Deaths has one of the lone M4s. Well, now they've got 2. The duo M4s available on the B bomb site. He's just going to be ready for these players to come out upper and hit. And he's seen it. He's seen the shot. He can't find the spray, though. Boatin saves them from perhaps chaos. There are still going to be 4 players flooding into the site, and the flank from the T side is so far gone. They've got to take their first engagements, and Boatin goes forward to do exactly that. So one of the M4s now down, a 2nd player falling, and this gets a little more viable for Chaos to hold on to. Okay, and again, Boatin now 4 kills on the round, looking for the ace. It will be DJL to put them down. What a time to come alive for Chaos EC. They get 4 rifles out of it, and they stick on. They avoid the danger of the force buy that has been such an Achilles heel for both sides throughout this series, and they get a 4th. So nice round from Chaos. Nice round from Wharton as well. Comes alive at just the moment they need him to still stay in this game.
Well, pretty crazy, in all honesty. I mean, you know, it is something. Looking good again for the highlight reel. Can be happy to walk away in that round with a play like that. But the game, of course, itself, there is a long way to go. It is a very, very steep hill to climb at this point. Movistar Riders going to take the hard eco here. Not a single upgraded pistol. Will be a 5-man play outside, so you've got to be careful on the side of Chaos. Got to be aware, because you could very quickly get overwhelmed. And again, you know, the CT side going for this. Some very long-range angles, so those USPs particularly can definitely exploit. The P2K not too far behind as far as I'm aware, but of course, Ivy, it is open. And they wait patiently on the Chaos side until everybody's in position. Then they will begin to move forward. So any kind of crazy shenanigans certainly been averted, although deaths will 1v1 Pleasant and win the fight. So there is certainly that. But ultimately, damage control coming in from the Ts, they will begin to build up a bit of cash. But obviously at this point, I don't think that really matters. It is all about just picking up the rounds. Doesn't matter how messy they are, you just need to be winning.
Scrabbiness is the name of the game. Now everybody on the Chaos EC side is at least hit double digits. So they're definitely making a better game of this, right? They're definitely starting to make this something we can watch with anticipation. It is going to be Movistar Riders just taking an eco. It's a pretty strong eco, though. They've got 2 SMGs up. They've got a fair amount of utility as well. Armor on 2 players. There's something to work with here. It's not a ton, but it is something. And Death's actually going to be creeping forward, trying to get the flank. He's going to find it. The op was on too high to really check his angle. He gets back around the corner with the Krieg as well. He's still alive. He's still up here. Botten should have him, and he does indeed. And that takes away the possibility in the round. It was looking very dangerous, and Gustafsson adds a kill onto DJL just for good measure. Make sure nobody could end their hopes in this round, including their own teammates. So bomb's now going to be retrieved. They're going to form up and presumably go for a hit onto one of these sites. Looks like it's going to be outer. Potential for the flank here from Soaker. Might even find a rifle up in towards upper. But it's going to be tricky to find much of anything beyond that.
Never know. Giving the MP9 an extra $600 definitely could make the difference in the coming rounds. They are playing it safe. The one thing here, they're a wee bit split. One seems to be trying to sell a fake, which I'm not sure is really worth his time. I think it might be wiser, indeed, to just go together. It's going to be an AK now for Soaker, and I mean, if he's able to save this, he can certainly be happy with that, and it looks like that's probably what he's going to go for. Who knows? Maybe he's going to look for some kind of a crazy play. It is the Movistar Riders, after all. They do like their craziness in terms of the buys, but also we have seen some nutty clutches coming in, but I don't really see it happening, to be honest. It looks like he's just kind of sitting around, set up for the exits. Maybe he catches someone off guard on his way out, but not going to happen. So Chaos in with a 6, but 3 players taken down. Sure, they're winning it, but, you know, if you want to be pulling the AWP out consistently, you do need to be careful. All the same, though, like I said a few rounds ago, I think they're just going to be happy to have the round on the board. Doesn't really matter how it's gone. They're just needing the rounds at this point.
Yeah, I think they've got enough economy that if they start losing rounds, they'll have a full buy for that last round, and that's really the only one that's going to matter. So they should be all right economically. That's kind of out of the question at this point. I mean, unless they lose 4 and clutch it out and then have that happen a couple times, they'll deplete the bank pretty quick. But should be all right here. It is going to be full utility, op still up, but now the buy comes out again for the Movistar Riders, and this gets so tough. Mixwell taking the AWP forward right away, getting ready on the angle, and they've already forced Pleasant off of it. He's got to fall away. Was taking the op initially to try and get that pick, and there's just nothing available for him. Soaker getting a rain of bullets, but none of them quite landing on his head. He's got a nice umbrella available, so he will survive for the moment. And a minute 28 into the round, there's really been no damage exchange. It's detente. But there's still plenty of time for Chaos EC to get on and crack one of these sites. And it looks like, based on early setup, A is the object of their desire. Soka's gun spotted. He's gonna have him. DJL was waiting for exactly that. The gun barrel peeking around the corner just means that his life is forfeit. So that's a big opening pick, but Mixwell's trying to bring one back. DJL puts his head right over the train, and Mixwell will knock it right off. Plessin, though, with the trade, the bodies are dropping, and that's a big entry through. Chaos doing work here, making it happen, making it a possibility. This long-range frag has to come through, and Deaths doesn't have it. And now it's all on Mixwell, who's surrounded. He will hit the first, though. 2 kills already in the round. This would take the ace from Mixwell. The Spanish star offer looking to get it done. If he goes up the ladder right now, he may find the timing. Barton's hurt him, though. Trying to get it with a USP. He cannot. That could have been the absolute tipping point for the round, but Boatin holds on, saves the round for Chaos, and they will claim a 7th. So that was close. That looked good for Movistar, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, we do kind of see, though, I think as games like this go on, where there is a team so heavily in the lead, they do tend to get a bit complacent. They do tend to maybe take some more aggressive peaks than they should. Or, you know, not really calling super thought-out strats and things like that, just kind of playing it casual. It's a nice little 1-for-1, to be fair. Again, keeping that economy modest of the T side. And Alex, goodness me, didn't even spot out that player. It's just the timing that worked out for him there. Relaxer as well finds himself getting sprayed down through the smoke, sprayed in from the side. Does manage to fight his way out. Down Alex will fall. So it looks like for now, the bleeding has been stemmed here by Chaos, but got to be careful. These pistols are all over. What? No, clean. Little double headshot for him. He'll be an 8th for Chaos. Again, a few frags coming in for Movistar Riders, but Chaos certainly looking good. It's unfortunate, though, again, that question of too little, too late as we get to the tail end of this game, perhaps. Or maybe, just maybe, Chaos close that gap.
I think Boatin's just an adrenaline junkie. He doesn't feel alive up until the game's right on the line, and then he's like, all right, go time, boys. Time to start killing everybody. That was a nice little round just to make sure the eco stays clean for them. This time it's going to be Soaker making an aggro play. He's tucked up in towards the B ramp. He's ready for this hit. He's got support as well, which they've been playing 1B quite a bit, so this might just lure Chaos EC into a false sense of security for this hit. They are coming around the corner. This is perfectly set up for them. Soaker has to find the first, though. Do they spot him out? There is one. The second on the trade. Mopaz has it. Deaths now swings from on high. This round has all fallen apart. It's just Relaxa. And they've come so far. They brought back so many rounds, 7 in a row. But now it's just looking like it may all fall apart for them. Relaxa has to get aggressive. He has the bomb, but there's 2 in his face, and he will falter. It is map point for the Movistar Riders, and it takes them a while to work up the energy, but when they do strike, it's a heck of a blow. That round is over in an instant, and Chaos EC are staring at what could be their very last in the Mountain Dew League Season 31.
Yeah, as I was kind of alluding to in that previous round, they just needed one good call, you know, one good setup or push or whatever it may be. And in that case, it is the aggressive push working out perfectly. Everybody playing their part to perfection. Soka going to go down early here. Unfortunately, the timing not quite there. Relaxer had got down a bit faster than he had expected. An early advantage for Chaos comes in, but it's going to require 7 in a row. Like you said, it's not going to be easy, to say the least. But that will ease the pressure somewhat. Might just give them the opening that they are looking for. We'll see. Still got the double up set up in place. Still got a fair amount of utility. Kits all over. Slowing things way down. I mean, they get that 1 kill, but they need to work off of it. Alex, he's going to find DJL in at Ivy. That's a pretty important one, as it eliminates one of the avenues of attack for Chaos. Where do they go now? And they're all split up across the map as 2 players drop down. Pop Dog, Plesson's like, guys, I'm pushing B. Where are we going? What's going on? Alex finds another. In comes Mopaz at the perfect time. Freddy Frog, he will trade one back. He will trade another one back, but eventually gets taken down as Mixwell finds him. And there you have it, folks. It will be the Movistar Riders taking it 2-1. A surprising series, to say the least, as Chaos making quick work with the 16-2 in the middle, but Movistar Riders very, very close to doing the same to Chaos ultimately. And just, yeah, I expect it to be a close slobber knocker kind of game. The first map started off that way, but it just didn't continue.
It was an absolute slugfest in the first, well, in the first map, and then it was just complete blows traded between maps. This one, it felt like a foregone conclusion by the time we got to the second half. There was a bit of a
Yeah.
fight left for Chaos, but it was all snuffed out. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Movistar riders will advance on to the semifinals to the round of 4. They are now one step closer to their objective of winning the Mountain Dew League, booking their path to the Global Challenge, and potentially advancing up into Pro League. So, great game or great series for Movistar. They had a little bit of a slip up on Inferno. Maybe time to go look at that one, but they recovered nicely. And we've got one more game coming up for you. We're going to be back in a flash with the second of our quarterfinal matchups. So don't go anywhere. You are watching the Esea Mountain Dew League, and we'll be right back.